Yeah.
So the first thing that they want us to do is, when I see as a bada wala question, na, so the first thing that I will see is what they want me to prepare. They want me to prepare an income statement. Apart from that, what do they want me to prepare? They want me to prepare a statement of financial position. Okay. The next thing I will see is whether it is limited companies or what. So I see over here ordinary shares and limited company reserves. That means it is a limited company income statement. Are you all with me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. If it is a limited company income statement, third thing I'll see whether they've given me any place for working notes. Working notes as in working note, why do we make in limited company? To find administration expenses, distribution costs, and finance costs. Am I very clear? So if they give you working note, then you will have to do it in this manner. If this is not there, then it is not mandatory for you all to give bifurcation. So it is not there, so it's not mandatory to give bifurcation. Can I proceed? Now I have revenue purchases, opening inventory, selling and distribution administration expenses, provision for doubtful debts. Okay. Do we write provision for doubtful debts in the income statement?
What?
Do we write provision for doubtful debts in the income statement?
We write increase or decrease in provisions.
So we don't write provision for doubtful debts in income statement. Rather, we write increase or decrease. Can you all tell me what is increase or decrease for provision for doubtful debts?
If it is an increase in provision, then it's an expense.
Yeah.
And if it's a decrease, it's an income.
But what is the increase or decrease? Provision for doubtful debts is 5% of trade receivables. Calculate, please. What is 5% of trade receivables? Can you all tell me? Dua, Eman, what is 5% of 5020?
$251.
Miss, we have to deduct the bad debts first, right? From it.
Is there any bad debts?
Yeah, 200.
Yeah. So first we will deduct the bad debts and then we will calculate it. So bad debts 200 is there. So this bad debts will also go in the income statement, right? This bad debts will go in the income statement. And for provision for doubtful debts, it will be 5020 minus 200. So it will come how much?
4820.
4820 and iska 2% I have to take.
It is 241.
241?
Yeah.
I'm getting 96.4.
This is 5% of it, right?
Yeah. 4820 into 5%. 241. So old one is 125. New provisions is how much? 241. That means there is an increase in the provisions. How much? 116. It is a loss for you and you will record it as an expense. Okay. Normally provision increase or decrease, it comes under which expense? If it is increase, it comes under which expense? Administration expenses. So I'm making a column of administration expenses, just recording it over here. How much is administrative expenses in the trial balance? 36,130. Now this is done, so I'm striking it off. Then there is increase in provision for doubtful debts. This all is part of administration expenses, okay? How much is the increase in provision for doubtful debts? Apart from that, there is bad debts. What was the new bad debts? 200. Are you all with me?
Yes, sir.
Are you all with me? Others?
Yeah.
There is new bad debts and new RDD. I've been asked to prepare a statement of financial position also. So I'm just leaving few place over here. And I am simultaneously doing the statement of financial position also. What is it? We show current assets, right? In current assets, what do we show? We will have closing inventory. Then I will have trade receivables. From trade receivable, I will subtract the new bad debts and new RDD. What is the amount of trade receivables? Can anyone tell me? It was 5020. New bad debts is 200 and new RDD was 241. Anybody having any doubts? Anybody having any doubts?
No.
Third thing in current assets will be cash and cash in hand, cash in bank. This we used to do in our normal income statement. But here in this one, we will write cash and cash equivalent. Anybody has any doubts over here? If yes, tell me. If no, tell me.
No, miss.
Can I
No.
proceed ahead?
Yeah.
Okay, there is interest. Then these are non-current assets at cost. This is provision for depreciation. Trade receivables we already did. There is trade payables, cash and cash equivalent, shares, debentures, general reserve, retained earnings, interim dividend. With me? Are you with me? Closing inventory 29,400. Tell me, where will closing inventory come? Tell me, where will closing inventory come?
Cost of sales.
Cost of sales. And one more place where it comes? Current assets.
Current assets.
So in the current assets, I will go and record closing inventory. How much was the closing inventory? 29,400. Any doubt? Cost of sales. Let's see the other adjustments. It is depreciation, transfer to reserves, proposed dividend. Debentures were issued in 2011. Motor vehicle were used by the sales team. So motor vehicle was used by the sales team. Closing inventory is 29,400. So no problem, we will start doing this. I'll just take an image of this and we will start making the income statement. Are you with me? Start. First will be revenue. Which column revenue? Last column. Less cost of sales. Now you ideally do not write less or something. Well, we are not given working notes, but we will try to avoid writing less or something. So I'm writing cost of sales. Cost of sales will be opening inventory. What is opening inventory? 37,500. Plus purchases. Avoid using plus minus, okay? You know what it has to be done. Opening inventory plus purchases मैं डायरेक्ट ही कर देती हूँ minus closing inventory. What is the closing inventory? 29,400. I hope you all are with me. Man. What is the cost of sales? $350, $100. Anybody has any doubts? Anybody has any doubts? Revenue minus cost of sales will give you what? Gross profit. If you all have finished doing, you tell me. If you have not finished doing, you tell me so that I know I should stay or proceed.
Done.
Do you are done?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Gross profit 175, 900. Now from this, what expenses do we minus? Minus selling expenses and administration expenses. Come on, selling and distribution expenses is given first. So we'll minus that first. What is the selling and distribution expenses? Come on, what is next? What other thing will come in selling and distribution expenses? What other thing will come in selling and distribution expenses? Tell me. One adjustment was there and they said, what did they say? Motor vehicle was used by the sales team.
the depreciation of motor vehicle.
So depreciation on motor vehicle will come over here. What else will come over here? What else will come over here? Warehouse building is used to store the products that we are going to sell. So depreciation of warehouse building will also come over here. Let's look at the depreciation policy. Warehouse building is 4% straight line method. Straight line method means depreciation is on costs. 300,000 into 4%. This will be 12,000. Where will you add this depreciation? In the provisions. Yes.
Yeah.
Motor vehicle is 25% straight line method. So on cost, on 70,000. So this will become how much? 17,500. You will add this 17,500 over here. So provisions for warehouse building will be 24,000. And for motor vehicles, it will be how much? 17,500 plus 12,500. Old plus new. 30,000. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So we can write, we can make the statement of financial position. Non-current asset. Depreciation costs. Depreciation to date and net book value. Write the costs. Warehouse building is how much? 300,000. Write the costs. Get the net book value of two assets. Give me the amounts once you're done. Eman, where are you? Eman, where are you? Are you with me or you got lost?
I got thoda lost.
Where are you exactly now? Office equipment is 10% using reducing balance method. How will you calculate depreciation, Eman?
We'll see the provision and then we'll subtract
Cost is
that.
25,000. Provision is how much?
And then we'll remove 10%.
1,500. 25,000 minus 1,500. This is 23,500. इस पे 10%. 2350. This is an easy sum. What was the problem? Depreciation on office equipments. Which expense? Administration expense. Two three five zero. And in the balance sheet, you will write 1,500 plus 2,350. So it will come up to 3,850 balance sheet amount. I'm waiting up till here. Tell me those who've done it.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry. Cash and
Done.
cash equivalent is 27,200. I'm leaving some space over here for the equity and liabilities. We'll have then total assets. Then we'll have equity and liability. We'll have current liability. What do we have in current liability? Trade payables. So we write trade and other payables. There's only one item I'm writing over here. Any doubt with this? If you want, I will wait for y'all. इंटरेस्ट पेड कौन से कॉस्ट में आता है? फाइनेंस कॉस्ट पे आता है. सो 5% डिबेंचर्स पे आई हैव टू गिव इंटरेस्ट. हाउ मच परसेंट? 5%. Okay. So in the finance costs, I can write finance costs. How much is the finance cost? 5% of 25,000, it comes up to 1250. Directly, I'm writing the finance cost. But interest paid is only 625. Finance cost is 1250. Interest paid is only 625. What does this mean? What does this mean? 625 is still payable interest. So this I will change. Trade payables the 6270 and interest payable 625. So it will become 6895. Anybody has any doubts on this? Anybody has any doubts on this?
No, miss.
Finance cost
Depreciation.
यहाँ पे लिखूंगी कि
Miss,
हाँ बोल.
depreciation on office equipment income statement में 2350 क्यों है? 3850 होना चाहिए ना?
नहीं ना बेटा, सिर्फ इस साल का डेप्रिसिएशन डालेंगे ना. 25,000 minus 1500 net book value इसका 10%. और जो टोटल है वो यहाँ पे डालेंगे.
तो फिर डेप्रीसिएशन ऑफ मोटर व्हीकल और वेयर हाउस बिल्डिंग में क्यों दोनों डाल दिए?
हाँ दोनों डाले. एक ही साल का डाले, जोड़ के यहाँ पे डाले.
ओके, तो इनकम स्टेटमेंट में एक ही ईयर का डालना है.
हाँ. Come on, do the total of selling expenses and give me. Is it 67010? Total of administrative expenses. Do the total and give me. $38,796. Gross profit minus selling minus administrative expenses will give me profit from operations. Minus finance costs. So it will be 68,844. This is profit for the year. Are you all with me?
Yes, sir.
Is it done?
Yeah.
Now, most of the things I have covered. Now, only I have to do the equity and liability section. But there are some adjustments in the equity and liability sections. So I have just compiled all the adjustments. There were ordinary shares. 25,000 has been decided to transfer to the retained earnings. No, transfer to general reserves. So tell me, 25,000 if I'm transferring to general reserves, so it will go from retained earnings and it will add to general reserves. How many with me?
Yeah.
Directors have proposed a final dividend. Proposed this year does not come in the statement of changes in equity. Debentures were issued in 2011. So what do I do? Five years are left still. Okay? 2011, 12, 13. When 2015. So 14. We are in 2014-15, right? So when you write debentures now, you will write 2014 to 2025. इसका मतलब ये that you have to change the information. Motor vehicle was used by the sales team. That is it. चलो equity and liability section में how much you will write in equity? Equity में first you write ordinary share capital. How much you will write? 140,000. Then you have general reserves. How much? 50,000. In retained earnings, 149.90 was there minus 25,000 that you transferred and plus the profit for the year. 68,844. $149.90 minus 25,000 plus 68,844. So retained earnings is coming 184,834. What is dividend? 1,40,000 into 0.07. Retained earnings is dividend is 9,800. $184,834 minus 9,800. What is the amount of dividend, Dua?
Sorry, miss.
What is the amount of dividend?
The dividend amount is 8,400.
1,40,000 into 0.07. How
Miss,
did
they've
you get
already given the
8,400?
increase. They've already given it in the trial balance.
Okay, interim dividend. Interim dividend paid 8,400. So you get 176,434. So what is your total equity? $1,40,000 plus 50,000 plus 176,434. 366,434. Then you have non-current liabilities. That is your 8% debentures. Sorry, 5% debentures. You will write 2014 to 2025 now. 25,000. So it is 366,434 plus 25,000 plus 6,895. So 398,329. You have to label this as total equities and liabilities. Over here. What is your total as current assets? This is done.